And broadcast is on. Hi. Hello to anyone watching this. You're watching a game that was arranged through the Gauntlet, which is a community on the internet that gets together and plays cool tabletop role-playing games online. You can find them at gauntlet-rpg.com. There's be a link down below, and you find lots of stuff they do: forums, blogs, podcasts, a monthly gaming zine, all sorts of fun stuff. And there's the Hangouts calendar, where over 100 games a month is put up, and this is one of them. This is session 10 of our 13-part odyssey into Masks: A New Generation, which is, Heartbeat Apocalypse, teenage superheroes, figuring out identity, all that fun stuff, punching people, whether they deserve it or not. Written by Brendan Conway, published by Magpie Games, all that fun stuff. This is session 10, as mentioned, of going through the Suits playset, which is one of the playsets are kind of one of these campaign frames they've got for Masks. And before we get into the game and whatnot, let's get to know our players and characters. So I'm gonna go by the order of the character keeper. So yeah, just introduce yourself, pronouns, and tell us about your character and what they were up to last session. So yeah, let's start with our soldier.
I'm Alan R. Pronouns he, him, and I'm playing the Soldier Playbook. I am an agent on attachment to Aegis from Her Majesty's Pursuivants in London. My call sign is SULIT, which my American cousins have christened me, and I know it stands for Stuck Up, Limey, and Trouble. And my real name is Jamie Blonde. And Jamie came back from being away from Prospect City last time to rediscover two of his previous friends and meet a new one. And last week it was largely about getting to know you, getting to know all about you. And that's where we pick up, I think, today. So that's Jamie Blonde, call sign Sulit.
Fab. Jamie was quite a dad last session. I'll say that. All right. Up next, speaking of being a dad, well, actually, no. It's no. This character isn't a dad. It's more like who was Jamie being a dad to? There we go. That's what I meant. Sabine, tell us about yourself and our weapon.
Hi, I'm Sabine. I use any pronoun, and I am playing Serenade of Thorns. They use them, they and them pronouns. Serenade of Thorns is the weapon, became, well, not infected, but some weird cult called the Dreaming Heaven Choir, yes, and put an implant into them when they were quite small, and now they are grown together with the implant. They have impossible fighting skills. They're very fast and very controlled. And the implant has some perception stuff and also some kind of weird perception of wavelength. And it mostly manifests in the Serenade's mind, at least, as music or sound, at least. Nature sounds mostly. The Serenade used to be, they escaped from the Streaming Heaven Choir after some orders they couldn't stomach, and now they're part of Aegis, but they're still pretty far removed from what normal society is like. They really don't know pop culture or any normal teenage stuff. They are a weapon, and they are slowly learning that maybe that's not all that there is to life. Or maybe it is, who knows.
Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Taking us 9 sessions, but we're getting there. Well, 8, you missed one, but yeah, 8 sessions, but we're getting there. All right. Speaking of someone who's gone from one place to another, Robert, tell us about our delinquent. That nearly caught me.
Hi, I'm Rob. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Kevin Ryback, who goes by Loki, who used to be, well, he still is kind of the brain, but he created a AI that went rogue and did some bad things, and that caused him some guilt. So he was happy to work within Aegis, to sort of have some supervision after that. But over time, he's grown jaded with Aegis and has come around to the conclusion that he's better off trusting in his own judgment than trusting himself to Aegis and their rules.
Fair enough, given the amount of shit Kevin has had to deal with. And last but not the least, Eris tells about our Nova.
Michael, as he usually likes to be called, he keeps changing his nickname. Web currently, probably changed again. Once a one-issue person in these comics, now he appears for a third issue. He used to be this. He's probably the most powerful person on the earth. Probably not. He just pushed himself into this group, half because he was told to, half because it seems cool. And it's gonna be interesting to see what he's gonna do. For me too.
We'll see. All right. Before we get into it, let's talk about safety tools. Always keep those in mind. As always, we got our lines and veils. They're on the tab of the character keeper. Lines are things that won't be crossed, won't show up in the fiction at all. Veils are things that can happen in the fiction, but we're not going to concentrate on it. We'll fast forward over them, so to speak, or just push them off camera. Like, it can happen, but we're not going to linger on them. We also have the X card, which basically means if we do run into a scene where folks feel uncomfortable for whatever reason, you can say they want to X card that on the screen or on the chat or on the roll for your party. I don't know where I'm pointing. That's where the internet is, right? Where a roll for your party exists. All right. And I might ask some question what's being X carded, but no one gets a question if it's played. If it's played, we'll roll back and try something else with that scene. And finally, we have an open door policy, which basically what that means is that if folks need to step away from the table from whatever reason, whether it is because of an emergency or you just need to go, or you're more tired than you thought, you need to go for like 5 minutes, you really need to pee, people can call in from any time and we'll pause the game and figure something out. Okay, so last session, yes, was mostly a getting to know people or getting the band back together, so to speak. It was fairly sedate. Some people trying to track down our lovely antagonist, the Suits. There's a bit of a whiff of them. And then, yeah, we ended in a bit of a cliffhanger. We had like individual shots of our characters doing their thing. Jamie managed to requisition some sort of anti-telepathic. You know what they are? They're anti-telepathic sunglasses that, as mentioned, will give you a +1 ongoing against telepathic threats, so long as you keep those so long as you have those sunglasses. Just make sure you have them. And Michael met up with his he was accosted by his contact agent, Portia Corellius of Aegis, who basically kind of maybe intimated that let slip that kind of the reason why she's put him looking after these three is because one of them stabbed her girlfriend. Maybe that's why. There was an ominous shot of Loki talking about broadcast towers in reference to our two telepathics. And one of those telepathics is taking Serenade home. Her name's Enid. They're going to go play more of that 150 games in one box.
We were going to open a box.
Yes. Oh, yes. You were going to open a box that was given to Enid's it's complicated relationship person, Mr. Wyatt. They were going to open that box, but they got home to find the house trashed. Much like what happened in the first month of this, thrashed. And I said there was a bit of music playing, but I think I'm gonna rejig that and say that there's a letter on the table. And it's addressed to the Serenade of Thorns. And I think if we just jump into that scene, Enid's kind of like, Melissa's gone. I can't reach her. She's not in this building.
There's the letter. And I guess I'm picking it up carefully. Might be poisoned.
Yeah, it's not poisoned. It's not even an envelope. It is just a piece of paper with your name on the top. And it says in very nice writing, "To the Serenade of Thorns. You don't know this, but I'm your biggest fan. And I would very much like for us and whatever motley crew of friends you decide to bring with you to meet. I hope that Miss Melissa Fumero will be enough incentive for you to come. I do believe we'd have a very enlightening chat. Yours, the Nocturne of Whispers." And I'll say this right now, you don't know who that is.
Yes, I'm aware that I don't know that. But I'm cocking my head like, I wonder if this Nocturne thinks, how would I even find it?
Oh, I got too lost in the monologue. There should be an address there in the letter. I got too into it. Flashback, retcon. You can
Maybe
find
it's on. Maybe it's in the back. Maybe it's just in the back of the
no, yeah,
letter,
it's in the back.
I forgot to turn it over because I'm a bit excited and reading is actually not my
you
strength.
turn it over and there's a small bemused note saying, "Oh, apologies, I got too lost in this. Here's the address. Let's chat soon."
I'll turn to Enid and I say, I believe that Agent Fumero has been abducted by some person who calls themselves my biggest fan. Seems to be another implant carrier judging by the designation.
Well, don't you know all implant carriers? Aren't you part of this group?
No, I don't. I knew my group. My group, the Area of Blades, was part of that group, but the other 5 who were in there, they are no longer grown up enough to write letters.
I think she kind of like. No, she's not gonna pry. I think there's a part of her that wants to pry, but she just raises an eyebrow at the whole didn't grow up. Okay, all right. But I think she nods grimly and says, "All right. Well, there's no point in wasting. Let's go after them then."
Do you want to come?
Of course, I'm. Why would I not come? This is yeah, I know Melissa is a bit of a pain. She's a bit holier than thou, but she's still my friend.
Okay.
And
do you think I should maybe call my team members?
I'll call them.
Cool.
Unless you want to, but
no. I think. Oh wait. I think I want to. I would like to call them.
All right. Let me see that address. I'm gonna see if I can look around.
Please be careful.
Oh, don't worry about me. You won't even see me leave. And she takes the letter from you. Just kind of takes it from you. You can tell she's a bit angry, and she kind of sits down, reads the thing, and just kind of like leans back on the couch, and like just becomes really deathly still. She's kind of like casting her mind to this address.
That is going to go so wrong. I have this feeling. Well, I'm going to write a message to our communal chat that we have. I don't know if we've invited Michael to that. Serenade is probably assuming that we did. I'm just writing the address, and I'm writing there is another implant carrier who has taken Agent Fumero and wants to talk to me, and I'm supposed to bring other people, I assume, to face this implant carrier.
So yeah, let's cut to the other characters when they receive that text. Oh, go on.
One question.
Hmm?
Do I remember the part of my kill code that Sim hid from me, from my mind?
Ooh.
Or is that still hidden, or is it back?
I think it's back. Like Sim's on vacation. Spells can't last that long.
Yeah. Damn, that's not good.
Yeah.
I'll write to Michael because he's a telepath. Maybe he can do something to hide it from me.
Yeah. So let's kind of cut to each character. What are they doing? This is still kind of the same night, so this is probably like right after what we established. I think, yeah, Jamie. I think the requisition, because you got 10 cuts in that roll. The sunglasses will get to you as soon as you want them. But yeah, let's cut to like Jamie. When you get that text, what are you doing?
Well, as well as hoping for some equipment, I was just reading. So I'm reading anything in the Aegis files to do with telepathic monsters who mess with your head.
I think as part of that 10 plus you got, I'll give you some more info about all that. I mean, obviously, there's been a range of threats that Aegis has fought involving telepathy. There's, Dr. Mentalo, who once managed to like take control of a Prospect City parade by pretending to be a Santa Claus and throwing out candy. That was like, it actually had this like mind control chips in those candy. And by chips, I mean literal chips, as in like, well, I guess chips in America would be crisps over on this side of the Atlantic. So there's been stuff like that. There's been that time that in the 60s, a superhero, Light Bright, accidentally broke into a dimension full of bees, like these alien hive mind bees. And whenever like they stung other people, they kind of put a bit of their hive mind into them and just like controlling them. And like, oh, suddenly there's like this whole crowd of people acting like bees. But that's all. That's mostly trivia.
I think at that point, Jamie may stop reading because this was supposed to help him prep. In fact, it's just confirming how just uncomfortable this stuff is.
Okay, I'll give you one little thing, because I think you find this file for the suits, and it's still under construction because there's so much they don't know. But I think what you find is, because in the fight in the previous session, but I consider in the debriefing that they probably got from like the cameras and from Agent Sunday and from maybe some of the four, they talked to Spectre and they talked to Sim like that. The suit was in Agent Marcus, the one that Sim dragged out of him. And what they've kind of established is that they looked at Agent Marcus Hyde's records and showed that in certain missions he showed a surprising amount of almost superhuman resilience, and he would perform tasks that seemed quite impossible. Like he'd be able to scale like these buildings in ways that no human should be. So there is a possible theory appended in the suits file. Written by one Agent Portia Corellios, that as part of letting people into their bodies, the suits augment people. And the thing is, this has to be like a willing one, for sure. So what that means is that that's part of the summation that Agent Hyde, at the very least, was working with the suits. Now, how many people did work with the suits willingly? How many people like joined up with Hal, was given the suits, and then were taking control? How many are lying about that? That's still being pierced together. But what you know is that the suits gave people like superhuman augmentation when they let them in.
And I think Jamie is updating the algorithm on the blonde suit index.
Oh yeah, we need to look back at that. So yeah, so you get this text while you're reading up on all the stuff, and also there's it's like a Wikipedia trawl. There's like more like appendix, like this incident when this accidental, like this interdimensional die accidentally leaked into this dice making facility, and it led to like a couple hundred D&D players just falling into the thrall of this like gestalt dimension being. More.
Is there any suggestion that infected any digital dice rollers?
Oh, I think you see the appendix, under investigation, and you see like a bunch of agents have been sent to like are being forced to play online tabletop role playing games to figure out if the dice rollers have been infected. Okay, enough ludicrous world building. So yeah, you get that text. Actually, you see that in the midst of what you're reading, you've gotten two texts. One from Serenade, and one from your cousin, Beth Blonde.
What does Beth want?
Her text just says like, probably busy working late. Same here. Talk to me in the morning. Important stuff. Her Majesty needs you, etc., etc.
Okay. Does Serenade include a rendezvous time and place? In which case, I leap into the Aston Martin and set off.
Yeah, I think they probably do, because I mean, that is part of how teams work, structured. Yes, time. Maybe it's in a second message, like you have in WhatsApp, and then there's this blah blah blah, and then I forgot. We go there and meet there, and then.
All right. So let's cut to Loki. We're a bit concerned of what you're up to, Loki. What's like the quick shot? I know we don't want to spoil your new costume. So let's say in the comic book that this, when you get the text, it's probably like you're off panel, just your speech bubble coming in from the sides. But yeah, what are you doing and saying when you get the text from Serenade?
Well, I think I was at home just doing some, mind, just brainstorming sort of ideas.
Are you in your mind palace?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't think you'd call it that.
Okay. That is so 2010.
Yeah. Sorry?
Or 1890.
But yeah, he's doing that, and just got like a holographic AR sort of display that's got like it's basically like the string map on the wall sort of thing, but in 3 dimensions. And he's just running through that when the phone goes off, and he doesn't look at the phone, but he just sort of twitches his head, and he's like, "Huh, okay."
God. Oh, Loki. Of course, you still got your knife and everything. Ugh. And to Michael, who, if I remember correctly, you're sleeping up in the clouds.
Yeah, I don't think I get the text. But
yeah, here's what's gonna happen, though. Yeah, I was wondering, like, I don't know if you'd get the text, but I know a way how you'd know things are happening. So So yeah, I think when the comic book panel of like Loki saying on my way, and we go to the next page and just a shot of Michael sleeping in the clouds, like probably won't get a phone, or probably won't receive the text, and then cut to another panel of Enid on the couch trying to figure something out, and it cuts to the I guess what looks like a church. Actually, it's fairly prominent. It's probably like Prospect City's like biggest church. It's like a quarter of the size of St. Peter's Basilica, and kind of looks like that. It's like this big cube with a big green dome on top. I'll find a picture of kind of like the church that I'm basing this off. It's the church I used to go to. But yeah, it's a big, like, beautiful looking cube with like it's a green dome. It used to be bronze, but copper oxidizes into green, so it looks nice and green. There might be like a few like some construction bits around it because it's gone through wear and tear all the time. And suddenly this psychic wave just explodes from the church, and I think that's what wakes you up, Michael, because it explodes and oh shit, I dropped my controller there. Explodes. It's fine. It's a hardy thing. So that kind of like jostles you as you're in the air, and back in the apartment, Enid's kind of like just staring this place, and suddenly, like, physically she's almost thrown against the wall and kind of like smashes against the wall. If she was a PC, I'd make her take a powerful blow and she would get a 10. Yeah, it's a powerful force. It cracks the wall behind her. And the thing is, Serenade, you probably noticed when living with her, that as much as Enid has formidable telepathic power, she's a bit scrawny and not in the most physically best shape. So she's kind of flung against the wall and kind of like slides down, kind of back on the couch. And it's like, oh, shit.
I told you this was dangerous.
Fuck off. This is Melissa we're talking about, and she's trying to stand up.
Now stay down, please. I will go now. I will find her. I will rescue her. And if it throws me against the wall, well, I can handle that a bit better than you can. You know that.
You have to be a smart hero as well. Look.
Why? No, I wasn't raised to be a smart hero.
All right, you're raised to be pragmatic. I get it. And I think she kind of feels her sides like, that sounds like a broken rib or two.
Go and see. You're not a member of Aegis, right?
Fucking hell no! I'm just a roommate of it. I'm just roommate of a member.
Huh?
I wonder why.
I do not know. I will go now. I have to. Can you fix my mind so I can't hear a certain word?
Is that like, oh, your kill code? Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Give me a sec. My mind is still fritzed up. I think this is for the first time you notice when she's like poking your mind. It's like a little gentle, like finger, a little like caress. But even then, the caress suddenly pulls back and she winces. Well, it's like, no, I think my mind.
Yes, rest. I will find another way.
Look, you and Melissa better come back intact and like asses kicked, as in you do the ass kicking.
Yes, I will give her the box. You take care of that, and then I'll leave because I'm very curious, but maybe this will keep her occupied and out of danger.
Maybe. Okay, so where do you meet? Where did you say to meet them? At the church?
I think no, at some spot a little bit away from the church where we can safely meet, some park or bus stop or something like that.
When you arrive, I'm sitting on a bench somewhere there because I got some info.
I think I will take a taxi.
Right.
Or a bus. Maybe a bus.
Yeah. I think
I think we had established I don't have much money, so I'm taking
No.
the bus. So it's a
Yeah.
bus stop probably.
Yeah. So yeah, Michael gets there by flying. Jamie has asked Martin. Loki has his mysterious ways. Yeah, sure. Serenade, that's a permanent student bus pass. He gets perks. Yeah. So yeah, you all meet around this bench. Michael's already there. Even though you did not contact him in any way. Serenade.
But I wanted him to be here, so maybe he caught that. It's very well. When everybody's there, I will step up to Michael and say, Michael, you are a telepath, I gather.
Sure.
Can you make me forget a word?
Forget a word.
I have the cult that trained me put a kind of a kill switch into my head. It's a phrase. I remember only one word, myself, but it would be better for all of us if it did not get activated.
Is that a mechanical thing or a mental thing?
I do not know. I do not. Both a little. The implant is grown into me very deeply. We are pretty deeply entangled. I do not know if it is mental or if it is physical.
Okay, do you know what word you want removed?
Helen.
Well, hopefully we won't need that word. I'll put my hand like up. I'm not touching you or anything. I'll just put my hand up. And then I take it down because like I don't actually need to do that. And I go in her mind, and I'll try to make her not hear the word Helen. Also, I want to see if it's mental or mechanical, if I can.
Okay. That sounds like an unleashing your powers.
Where was the points and what I can do with them? Oh, it's about the suits and about the world. I can ask a question about the world if I wanted.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's do it. I'll use one of those points from the love letter, ask a question about the world that the GM will answer honestly. Can I just remove the kill code?
Ooh. I think as you kind of poke through Serenade's mind, I think you see that this kill code, this is coded into the implant itself, and you can certainly like mess with Serenade's mind, to like make sure that their connection to that kill code will be like obscured for a bit so it doesn't affect them. But to truly get rid of it, you're gonna need time. You're gonna need like a lot of time together with Serenade to poke through it. It's not like you can't just wipe it. It's something you have to like actively attack.
Yeah, physically actually.
Yeah, kind of. It's
like
more like
telekinetically.
Not exactly. I think we can make this like a sort of like a battle of the wills because you're gonna be fighting against the implant itself. Because it's coded into them. You can definitely try it, but like you can't do it right now.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll try to remove Helen from her head, basically.
So we're using our factory-wise alien. So let's see how you how generous this thing is.
Oh, that's fun. +2. So that's 3 + 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, this alien's already paying dividends for me. All right.
Great start.
Mark potential, and you know what? You do it. Happens. You manage to obscure the word Helen from Serenade's mind. It's all good. Seems like it's perfectly normal. But you don't notice that you're quite a bit sweaty. You've exerted far more mental like willpower than you probably expect most of the times, and suddenly like you feel as if a million eyes are looking at you right now. it's like if you look at it in the mental landscape, it's like you're this gigantic beacon, and whatever can tap into the psychic world, they notice you. They know you're here. You're broadcasting really loudly. Exactly. And yeah, we'll get to the consequence of that when we get into it. But yeah, you do manage to like erase Helen for now. Sorry, say that again.
No, I wipe my sweat and I'm like, done.
Yeah. Serenade, you don't know what the third word is.
I do not know what the other two words are, but I know that I don't want to second guess this. This is too complicated. We should go and try to rescue Agent Fumero. But whatever is happening there, it is something strange, because Enid tried to mentally investigate and she got blown off pretty harshly. She physically hit a wall. She is quite all right. She only has 2 cracked ribs, I think, by the sound of the noise. But we should be careful. I do not know what the Nocturne of Whispers is capable of.
So do you want to try and talk our way into this?
I believe it wants to talk to me, yes. I would not go in fists or guns or whatever we have blazing.
So how can we best watch your back, Serenade?
Well, I believe if either I declare that I'm totally willing to go back to the Dreaming Heaven Choir, that might mean that I am being controlled by something, or if a physical fight breaks out, then, well, I'm good at physical fighting, but I do not know if the Nocturne is alone, and maybe you could try to rescue Agent Fumero while I distract the Nocturne. Yes, that would be a good idea.
So one of us you go in the front way.
Yes.
What do you think, Loki, Michael? Back way? Roof?
Roof would be easy. If that's the safest entrance. Like, extra entrance.
Loki?
We can maybe check the blueprints, like on the the city network.
Okay.
Probably that would be an assess the situation sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely would be. Who wants to assess?
Well, I think I'm doing it because I'm looking up the plans. So.
Oh wow, you're rolling with your actual dice. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, you said you want to roll with your masks dice.
That's cocked, but I'll go with it. Yeah, so that's 8 plus 2, 10.
Hey, there we go. Ask 2 questions.
Right. So, what here can I use to enter stealthily?
I think as you're kind of like looking through like plans or whatnot, you see that there's the front exit, but there is a back way. The parking lot is at the back, and you see that there is an entrance through like the common area / place where you can get coffee after mass. Sort of a communal area at the back. You can see on the dome on the top thing. I'll need to find a picture of that, of this church. This is a very specific church in my head. There are windows that you can definitely get through, but obviously that'll be on top on the dome. There is like a way. There's another like window near the base of the dome where you can get in. You can get to the second floor where they keep the organs. The organ, sorry, the church organ, not the anyway. So yeah, there are multiple ways in besides the front door. There's three. There's the one through the back through the communal area. There's one at the top of the roof, and there's one leading towards the second floor church organ.
That's a convenient number to cover.
I think we should go via the roof. We can scope out the area inside from above.
Do we all need to go to the roof?
Not necessarily.
I'm inclined to go via the back way, through the vestry and the kitchen.
Shouldn't someone go with Serenade?
Maybe better not.
They will be expecting you to bring someone, I believe.
Yes, they are
They
expecting me.
did.
That's true. But I can go alone. I mean, the truth is that if somebody is with me, I would have to fight more cautiously.
Okay. This is your show. We're just the help. So
I'm very grateful that you are willing to help me.
So is this a page split into 4 panels where we see the 4 characters approaching from a different with a different backdrop?
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
3 angles.
Yeah, well, no, 4. There's one on the roof, there's one through the organ place, one through the back, and one with Serenade right at the front. So yeah, it is absolutely 4. So yeah, let's get a quick shot of each of them and tell me what each character is feeling as they go to to their place. So let's go by the, I'm gonna go by the order of the screen I have here because conveniently that leaves Sabine for last. So yeah, Jamie, you're going through the back, and I'll say right now, like it's easy peasy to get through. Like it's just a simple lock, and it's a fairly cheery kitchen. You can see like there's a doorway leading to like a communal place where there's a bunch of like drawings drawn by children from all over the world, covering like the walls and whatnot. How are you feeling? What does it look like when you go through this?
I think that we probably see Jamie. There must be a door from the kitchen into the body of the church, I'm guessing, or closer to the body of the church. So I think we probably see Jamie with his, he's against the wall. The door is to his right, and he's listening, and he is eager, because Jamie has not got to grips with anything in a while, and he's just itching to have a crack at somebody.
Nice. Michael, you are going up to the top, and you can see in the picture I linked there is like the I've just lost that picture. You can see like on that top dome, there's definitely a window there. You can get through. So yeah, how are you feeling as you're doing this?
He keeps looking side to side and feeling really paranoid right now, like people are watching him. But he does try to keep his mind focused. He's not very successful, but he does try.
You get there. You're probably a bit less sweaty now. Hopefully. Loki, how about you? That picture is hard to see. There is like a place at the base of that dome where you can slip into next to the big organ room. Where it's this beautiful bronze like collection of pipes. It's I say beautiful. It's beautiful in its monstrousness. It's big, and but you can tell like in your mechanical, your mechanically minded sort of mind can see where the gear, where it all fits as a musical instrument, as a machine. But yeah, you're in this room with this organ. How are you feeling, and how are you positioning yourself?
So I think I'm feeling focused, maybe a little angry, because as much as I dislike Aegis, Agent Femero is one of the ones that I trust more. So I actually think she's a good person. So Loki is going to pull up the hood on the back of his sort of track jacket, and is just gonna he's gonna, I think, maybe use sort of camouflage.
Oh yeah, we've seen this before. Yeah, last time you fought the Dream of Heaven Choir, you camouflage yourself. Yeah, we've seen this. That's really cool. And yeah, I think. Oh, here's as Serenade's kind of walking up. The three of you, who's already like positioning yourselves, hear like a string being plucked. Just like the sound of a string, just like ping, 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 and it's echoing in this gigantic church. Serenade, as you kind of walk through the big doors, you walk past, the baptismal water and the notice board of all the whole. Hey, why don't we go do this? Stations of the Cross, where we go to one church per station. That would be an amazing road trip. Let's do that. So you got stuff like that, and you walk through the doors into the church itself. Here's kind of what it looks like. It's massive. It's like you can see like the walls leading up to the top of the dome are like there's all these like beautiful like paintings and whatnot and carvings. There are statues on each corner, and the floor is just a velvet with all these pews up front, and you can see like the altar at the front. There's this like big like stone like gazebo thing covering up the on top of the altar, and again just like statues and paintings and carvings all over it, and there's pews everywhere. It's big, it's palatial, and there's a figure kind of like sitting on the altar, kind of like looking from afar. You can see they're quite a bit bored. Their legs are swinging the altar, and they're plucking something in the air, and that's where you can hear like that's where you hear Serenade, the plucking of the string as well. And then you hear this very jovial voice go, "Ah, Serenade of Thorns. Glad I could finally meet you. Come closer, come on."
I'm stepping closer to them. I will reach out with with the implants perceptions, really, to feel the flow of energies around this nocturne thing.
I think I'm not gonna make you roll for this. I think you feel is that God, it feels oppressive. Before you came in here, it looks like a nice empty church, but if you feel out, you can feel this wall of energy and feeling kind of like suffocating this church.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. I think we're nearly to our first hour. So yeah, I think we'll cliffhanger with that feeling, and we'll come back at past, which is like good 7 minutes.
Cool.
BRB. We're just waiting on Robert, right? Cool. Well, the thing with the moment of truth is that that's you like taking control of the narrative. Like you can do that anytime you want.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it if everybody else was rushing in and having their own moments. So I'm just saying.
Looks like the organ has suddenly struck up and Loki is confused by the vibrations.
Yeah, it's like some weird riffs are starting to like.
Oh, maybe he's just, when you put up your hood and then something goes wrong and you're just fighting your clothing. Maybe.
That'll be a bit embarrassing.
Hood malfunction.
Happens to the best of them.
Sorry, guys, I got held up.
No worries. Okay, so let's recap where everyone is. Michael, you're up. You're up at the dome, probably in through the window, looking down at all these pews and whatnot. Loki, you are stationed at the organs room, which you can see is actually a balcony. You can actually look down on the church. From where the organ is, it's situated at the back, almost like above where Serenade is. So you can, if you look forward, you can see the altar and the big dome over the smaller dome over the altar. Jesus, this church is ridiculous. I believe I went to mass to this place. And Jamie, you don't see this, but you can hear the plucking and the on.
I'm imagining that Jamie goes through that door into what might be, I don't know, a corridor leading into the church with a priest's robing room off to one side, which probably has a door that comes out, I'm guessing, right or left of that altar.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. So
I think probably Jamie is at that door, listening.
Yeah. Have you peered through, or are you just listening?
I think I will peer through.
Okay. You're.
Do you want me to assess the situation?
Oh, if you want to, yeah. I was just gonna say, like, you're not gonna be noticed. What you'll see is, there's this figure sitting on the altar, plucking nothing in particular, and they've got kind of like they've got long brown hair that's kind of like flaring out to their shoulders. That's what you can see from the back. They look like they're wearing like a black sort of suit. What it looks like. But yeah, they're just looking at nothing.
But I mean, because what Jamie's training is kicking in, and so he's going to spend some time to closely observe my opposition before any fight.
Oh.
So I'm very happy to roll the dice now to assess the situation, or I will just sit there quietly and see how this unfolds.
All right. Well, if you want to assess, go ahead. That's up to you.
Okay. So that's plus superior, which is what I do. So plus 3.
Don't you have a move for that? I mean, a custom soldier move?
That's before we get started. Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah,
before we get started.
I've got before we get started. But for that, I'd have to confront him and lay down some rules. And so I guess at this point, how could we best end this quickly? And by that,
What did you roll?
Maybe, I rolled 11.
Ah, okay, cool. All right.
So my first question is, how can we best end this quickly, i.e. where is Agent Fumero?
Yeah. Well, she's obviously not in the main area. But from what you saw from Loki's schematics and whatnot, most of like the hidden parts is we're already at where the kind of like where she might be hidden. So your best way to find her is to not pay attention to this and go try and find her.
Fine, I'll try the doors off that corridor then.
Okay.
And my second question would be, I think I know what the biggest threat is. And I think I know what the greatest danger is. But who here is most vulnerable to me?
Ooh.
And I think I am including the team in that assessment.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, because that person, the Nocturne, you'd have to try really hard for them to be vulnerable to you. And you don't know what else I've got in this church. So I think it is probably Serenade to an extent.
Yeah, I kind of thought that might be the case.
Yeah.
We'll look for Fumero.
Yeah, we're looking for Fumero for the moment. Loki, you said you had like one more question you didn't ask because you got a. Yeah, I don't know if. Oh, go on. I'll let you have it. You know, I'll be nice. You can answer the question.
What hero can I use to disorient the Nocturne?
Well, you know that these implant folk, they're quite attuned to some sort of psychic energy, but it's all lensed through music, through harmonics and whatnot. If you can like tap into their harmonics, through some sort of musical instrument, I don't know. I think you've got a good chance of disorientating them.
Okay.
All right, and just to cut to Michael, yeah, those eyes are still on you. You can feel like it's like this is a very stupid metaphor, but it's like you decide to live tweet something and you don't expect it to blow up. That's what it feels like to you now. Even as you're floating there, I'll give you a chance to like charge up now if you want before things might kick off. Who knows?
No, it's too much of a light show. So.
Oh yeah, it is. It is a bit of a light show, right?
But my mood kind of changes from oh my god, everyone's looking at me. Yeah, look at me, I'm better than you. So it's like yeah, I'm totally better than all of them. They can look.
Of course. And yeah, Serenade. Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm walking up to them, looking at them, and I say, to speak in the words of a person I know, cut the crap, what do you want?
I think the Nocturne, once you move closer, you see they've kind of like, they're young. They're quite young. They're probably like a year or two younger than you. They're wearing this nice black suit, and they've got a face that's like it's like a porcelain doll's face. It's quite cherubic in their innocence, but it's ruined because they've got this like not a smirk, but it's a bit of a condescension. There's a specific painting I found on Instagram. It's kind of like that's what the tone they're affecting, and they kind of look at that and they stop plucking, and you notice they're plucking nothing, but a noise was still being made, and then they sigh and they kind of adjust themselves back on the altar and say, "So straightforward. Well, I'm not allowed to have a bit of a conversation? Do you want to just skip to the theatrics?"
I want to know what you want from me. If you want to monologue at me, please go ahead. I'm listening. But first, I would like for you to give me Agent Fumero back. Then you can monologue at me to your heart's content. I'm quite patient.
Well, I had thought that you had brought some friends who can do that for you. Isn't that what they're doing right now?
I do not care. I'm talking to you. I'm giving you the chance to give me back Agent Fumero and have a civil conversation with me.
Well, what will happen if I don't give her to you right now? What would you do?
What do you think? You know what I am.
Oh, I know what you are. Believe me. Kind of growing up, learning what you did. All those, well, not just people, I guess. People like us. I actually was curious to meet the person who killed people like, the March of the Obelisks or the Lament or the Fugue or all those silly, failed people like us.
Do you know what their problem was?
Tell me.
They talk too much.
Agent Fumero's fine. She's somewhere in the back. I'm sure one of your friends can find her, provided they get through their protector. I'm sure they'll do fine. Like, I'm sure you're not friends with anyone who wouldn't be able to get the job done.
I do not know what you want.
Well, there's things I want. There's the things the choir wants. The choir wants you dead.
The choir wants the implant back.
Yes. More specifically, they want you dead. You're an annoyance to them. You're an aberration. You're a mistake. The choir believes. Well, the choir makes mistakes, but it believes in rectifying them, and you're a big one that needs to be rectified. So I'm here to do that. Agent Fumero was just a way to get you out. Nice thing with having friends. It could have been her. It could have been any one of those people you've got scurrying around this church. But any one of them, you would have come for them, right?
I actually came because your name is Nocturne of Whispers.
Well, I didn't think you'd be terribly interested in me.
Yes.
Little me.
I wanted to know who you are. I wanted to know if there was somebody who had actually thrown off the yoke of the cult, of the indoctrination. So if there was somebody who was like me, but who had grown beyond what they made us to be. And I'm taking my moment of truth here, and now I'm going to monologue because, because I'm a fucking teenager. I can monologue. I can change my mind, and I'll step up to the Nocturne of Whispers and say, like, every other implant carrier was my age or a bit older, and they were all with the Dreaming Heaven choir. And I'm wondering why that is. Why has none of us broken free? These implants, they aren't just machines. They aren't just tools. These things feel. They have personalities. And I'm not just me. I'm not just human body or a human brain. I am the Serenade of Thorns. I am both the implant and the human. And I do not want to be a tool or a weapon. I want to know what the implant can do, what it was originally, what it was there for. It wasn't there for just to kill things. And I thought, and I'm getting up to closer to them because I'm a bit emotional. I thought that you might be somebody who has broken free, has broken through, but all I see is that you have power. Yes, the implants have power. Nice. But do you have control? No, you're just shouting out what you are all over this church. It's like the March of Obelisks, who shouted out everything he was. That's not what I am. That's not what I aim to be. I want to integrate with my implant. and I want to integrate with my implant fully, and I want to be a person, not a weapon.
I think Nocturne is taken aback. And then they sigh and say, "Do you know why I said I'm your biggest fan? Because I wanted to know how you did it. I think you're the only one of us who wants to be a person. Every one of us wanted that. It's just that, we can't all win. You did.
You could try.
Some of them didn't get the chance. What about the hold on, I need to recheck their name. What about the chant and fugue of nights? That little coat of thorns. They all wanted freedom. You killed them.
Yes. I was ordered. I thought that was who I was. But I'm not. I'm not. And do you think I do not feel that? That I killed my teammates? I should not have done that. But they trained me, and I thought that was who I was, that was all I could try to be. But it's not. I learned that it's not. It's not all obedience and pain. You can break the chain. Just have to want to.
I think that's time. The energy that you felt, the oppressive energy, it simmers. And I think the other three kind of noticed this as well, that the atmosphere on here kind of lifts quite a bit. What is it that you're trying to do with this moment of truth, Serenade? I just want to know.
My goal was mostly to vocalize my goals, what I want to do, what I want to be, just to get there by saying this, acknowledging that is what I want, and having somebody else maybe acknowledge that is something you could want, that I will not be a weapon or just a weapon. I will be a person. That is the truth. Where the Serenade is going.
Mm-hmm. Lock one of your labels, because you've used up your moment of truth, and
cool. I'm locking mundane, by the way.
Is your mundane not great?
My mundane is at -2.
Ah. Okay.
But I am going actually into the direction that I'm not just human, and I don't want to be just human.
Okay. I think Nocturne smiles at you, and it's not the condescending smile. It is like a proper like, holy shit. And they're like, they're truly not what I expected.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not what I expected either.
All right. My evil dastardly plan was basically to just... Well, there was a plan. It involved a bigger fight. We would ruin this church fairly well. Probably would have beaten me. But... Suddenly, I don't really feel like fighting you right now. So it would be pointless, right?
It would be, yes. I do not want to hurt you, but I do not want to hurt you for you to hurt my team.
I feel the same. Although the aria of Blades would feel differently. Cut to Jamie, to Agent SULIT. So you're going around these halls, and I think you go into the garden. That's where you end up. This garden is fairly nice. There's like a small pond in the middle, so it's like a big circular garden. There's flowers and trees kind of ringing the place, and kind of like splayed out on a picnic bench is Agent Fomero. It's kind of splayed out there. There's a pillow under her head. It's fine, and kind of like sitting in front of the picnic bench, looking quite surly, is a. Well, you missed out this character because you missed that one section, but I think I describe her as like a Kingdom Hearts idea of a ninja. So she's got kind of like a kerchief on and this big cloak and what looks like an outfit made of belts, and she's flicking a knife, and she sees you come in, and it's like, thank God, it's one of the police. And she stands up and says, of all of the little Serenade's friends, I'm glad it's you. So you're the special one, aren't you? You're the one they care about.
I don't know about that, young woman, but the fact is that you should just walk away now.
Oh, wait, afraid of fighting? Like, you really think, looking at you, and she kind of points a knife at you, and I'm assuming you have your best Armani, you've got the sunglasses on at night. It's like...
The night vision sunglasses.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, fair enough. And she says, you're really just like a little cog on your big Aegis machine or whatever. Do you really think I'd give a damn what threats you've got?
I'm not threatening you. I'm just telling you should walk away.
Give me a reason. A very good reason.
Because the simple thing is, frankly, it's the right thing to do.
By whose calculus?
Oh, by most civilized people.
So if most civilized people agree on one thing, then we should all just do it, right? If all the nations in the world choose to jump off a cliff, would you do it?
Can I just be clear that I live up to certain standards? And what I don't want to do is to put you in a position where you fail to live up to the highest possible standards.
My dear, it seems to me you think I give a shit about your standards. They're yours. If you fail to live up to them, then I don't give a damn. I'll just laugh.
Yeah, but don't you see the slightly surprising thing is that if you don't live up to those standards, then frankly, you're less.
Again, your calculus. I don't have to give a shit about that.
You don't. So, your move. I would like to demand that an NPC live up to a higher moral code.
Let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm down for that.
So roll +1 for Savior.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, these dice are much different. That is 7. On 7, on a hit, they have to meet your standards or mark a condition.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. So what did you roll? You rolled a miss.
I rolled a 7.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. They have to meet your standard mark condition. Oh yeah. No market condition. They're not gonna like even bother trying to meet your standard.
Do I know which condition they've marked?
No, because the thing with how these works is that they're basically like HP. And I'm not going to tell you how much conditions they can take.
Fine.
But if yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Right. Okay. So I was trying to judge whether she's about to just come at me or not.
Give me a minute. So I need to look at some moves. Yeah, I think they say, God, you're a prattler, aren't you? Just a horrible prattler. And if you're here, then fucking hell. I think they'll stop flicking the knife. She throws it down and it lands point first. And she does a thing that she did against Serenade. She reaches into her sleeve and pulls out a longsword just out of her sleeve and says, you know the thing about you soldier boys, you cops, is that your standards pretend to be inflexible when they're quite loose so long as you need to do what's right. That's why I'm here. Like, I was behind a cell, but turns out, there are some measures that had to be made. And now I'm here to kill you and the Serenade and anyone else that pestilential implant is connected to.
I enjoy a good monologue because it gives me a chance to closely observe my opposition before a fight. So again, I'd like to roll plus savior, please.
Okay, this dice roller room has been paying off for me.
Sure. That's 8. So
okay, all right.
On a 7 line, hold 2. Spend the holds during the fight. You can spend your hold to name a character you observed. Well, obviously. And I have options. Redirect their attack to another character or nowhere, blah, blah. Cross a distance between them and you. Stun them close up or from a distance. So shall we start with that one? I think I'll look over at the top of the glasses and stun her with a blast.
Ooh, all right. So yeah, what does this look like?
Well, we know that Jamie's blasts come from his eyes, and that's why he wears the sunglasses. So I think by just peering over the top, he bows his head as if to say, there's a kind of to create the impression of, resignation. And then he looks up, and the blasts strike her in the middle and throw her across the garden and bang her into a tree.
All right. So yes, that's going to happen, and then two things is going to happen from that. You stun her for a moment, and she snarls, and those eyes are on you, Michael. Suddenly, you can feel them like move kind of off you, and suddenly everyone can feel those eyes on them, as if like the attention is kind of shifted. And they're kind of like coming from Michael onto everyone else. And as soon as the Nocturne says the aria of blades, suddenly you feel that energy, Serenade, and you feel this as well, Loki, suddenly explode from them. Serenade, you're going to be knocked back a bit. And Loki, you're going to feel the blast. And Michael, you're going to feel it as well, as kind of like this psychic wave goes through this church. And you can feel like, it flashes through the organs. You can hear the organs go, brrr, and suddenly the Nocturne is quite rigid. And they're trying to speak. And I think, Serenade, you're quite close. You can hear them kind of say, Arya, what have you? What? And they're trying to move, and they move stiffly at you, but you can tell they're not moving by their own volition. It's like they're being puppeteered at the moment. And they move an arm, and actually, you're about to fight against a dangerous foe. And there's the 3 of you. Sorry, Agent SULIT, you're off. You're off of the garden by yourself. So the 3 of you. Serenade, you know where the other 2 are. You know they're there. Okay, so when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 to the team pool. Still have 1 left over from last session because it's only been a day. So yeah, you're up to 4. It's pretty good. Does the leader have influence over every teammate? And that's just the 2 that's there.
Who's the leader?
Who is the leader, actually?
Serenade, probably?
Yeah, I think it's a Serenade.
I don't have influence over the Loki. So no.
The Loki. All right.
Yes, he has influence over me, but I don't have influence over him.
Nice. Okay, so no team for that. Next bit. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team. What is everyone's purpose?
We're being attacked by whatever's controlling the Nocturne, right?
Yeah.
I would like to take out what is controlling the Nocturne, while leaving the Nocturne as unharmed as possible.
Is that true for everyone else?
I don't think so, but we'll see.
Yeah, I assume Loki probably has ulterior motives for has some other motives. Michael probably doesn't have as high-minded as motives as Serenade has. Loki, what's your purpose in this fight?
Well, if what Loki suspects is true, then it's to capture whatever's behind us.
Okay, so no extra team. Oops. Any team member mistrusts the leader or the team? I will note that the Nocturne has said that the Serenade has killed their siblings, and they didn't refute that. And the two of you have heard this. Do you trust the Serenade?
I don't trust her,
Yeah.
distrust her. So
Okay, fair enough. What about you, Loki?
I don't distrust her.
Aw. Cool.
Them.
Is your team ill-prepared or off-balance? I would say no. You're prepared to fight the Nocturne. It's just it might be different circumstances, but well, you are missing one person. I'll say no. Oh, go on.
We've been missing him for a while in our fights now, so
Yeah, he just keeps ending up in other places. Poor Agent Sid. No, you fought those robots with him.
that was a long time ago.
Oh, was that a long time ago? All right, cool. So you got 4 team. Yeah. So the Nocturne, or whatever's puppeteering the Nocturne, raises a hand, and it looks like they're trying to grasp some sort of invisible string. Serenade, you're closest. What do you do?
This is not the Nocturne. This is probably, something that possesses. And we've dealt with these things before. So what I'll do is, what this thing is probably reaching for is some kind of harmony. And I'm trying to disrupt the harmony, as I've always done. Also, I think if I attack it, the Nocturne's training will kick in, and that might actually help them regain control. So,
All right.
so I'll blast them with my powers.
Okay, here's the thing. Are you engaging whatever's controlling Nocturne, or are you trying to defend?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
Okay, engage. Cool.
Engage. What do I use
With
then?
danger. Which you
With
got
danger, yes. That's that is a good thing, I guess.
Come
With
on,
this-
alien, give me some
With
missiles.
this, yeah. I'll use a team though, I think.
Oh.
Or will
Right.
somebody help me with using a team? I only need one more.
Yes, yeah, you've got a 6 in total. So
Yeah. Anybody help me?
I think you hear the first few bars of Phantom of the Opera.
Yes, thank you. Very good.
Oh, fab. All right, cool. So yes, it's a 7. Choose one.
I will take control of the Nocturne from them.
Ooh, I think So, fun thing. Okay, so you didn't choose resist or avoid or blows. Okay, so your Serenade blasts out and it contorts with the Nocturne. Now, the nice thing with a Serenade and a Nocturne is they're both quite complementary, because a Nocturne is a light piece of music that involves it has to do with the night, and so the two kind of like intertwine in harmony. I nearly said perfect harmony, and then you start going on to that blasted song. You take control. You're trying to take control of the Nocturne, right? So I think what this looks like is, you're going to take control, because that's what it does. You take something. So what's going to happen is you kind of like you feel like your vision kind of feels like you're being dragged, as if like your vision is being dragged towards the nocturne. And suddenly, for a moment, you're seeing through their eyes. You're seeing yourself looking confident, looking stern, looking righteous, with the Phantom of the Opera blaring in the background because the organ's right there. You see a moment, and you hear kind of like the Nocturne's voice go, "Serenade, is that you?"
Yes. Just go with the music. Just go with go with the music.
Go, no, go before it takes. And then you feel this familiar oily energy touch you. And okay, so I've modified the take a powerful blow move to deal with the suits. So if you go to the image board tab, there is a new move. When you grapple with the mental powers of a suit, roll plus conditions. So it's a bit of a modification, but like, yeah, you feel the oily energy of the suits kind of grabbing you because you have control of the Nocturne right now. But that means it has access to you.
I will try to remove it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to miss, right?
Yes, you have to miss this one. So which could be good because this alien is all about missing.
Oh, who knows? Well, I've got a 5, so yeah, I missed.
Yeah, mark potential and tell me how do you weather this? Because you already know what this sensation is like.
Yes, exactly. That's probably the point. I've just had this moment of truth, and I think I'm still riding the waves of that a bit. Like, this is all about pain and guilt and stuff like that. And I'm like, look, I just found a sibling, and it's alive, and I won't let it die, and I won't let it be a slave. So just get out of there. This is mine to protect, and you can't stand against that.
Yeah, I think there is a moment where you break its connection, and then you're back at your own body, and Nocturne kind of like staggers forward, knees down, but that sensation is still there. Michael, you can still feel the eyes around this place. And then the Nocturne stands up, breathing really hard. And before they can say like thanks, suddenly you can feel that energy grip again. And again you hear them say, "Arya, what?" As they kind of like they're made to raise their hands and suddenly like pull. And what's gonna happen is the world ripples as they kind of pull at these invisible strings, and there's like a shockwave of energy exploding from them towards the roof, towards you, Michael. What do you do?
So they're pulling me in, basically.
Yeah, the suit is kind of turned and aimed at you.
Huh. Well, let's burn up. The purple lights begin.
Nice.
Burn plus conditions. Okay. Although the dice up until now has not been friendly, so we'll see.
I really like this alien. They're factually wise.
Yeah, plus conditions, right? So that's a 7.
Yeah, see, you gotta hit. You hold 3, but you're gonna mark another condition.
Yeah. Not sure. I'm kind of angry, I think. How dare they? Fuck.
Yeah.
So they're pulling everything down?
Yes, it's like you can feel like kind of like the world around you reverberate as like the walls around you kind of crack as it feels like they're pulling down the roof on you.
So since it's the first time I burn, you guys will see this purple light coming out of me, and these purple strings like a web go in all directions, just coming out of where my head would be, right behind it. Just strings. And last time it was very thinly purple strings. I've become stronger since. These strings are very noticeable. They probably cover the whole room. It might be the strings that guy has been touching, which is interesting. And I just say, like, I don't even say, I just kind of like bring the room, like keep the room as it was. I just push it right back up, basically. Like that's mine.
Cool. Is that's not a specific burn, right? Or that's just using your powers, right?
If it's what would it be like to keep the room reshape environment? I assume, right?
Okay, yeah. I think it is just like simply shaping environment.
So
you tell me if you're using one of your burns. So
yes, I will use 2 of my burns to take
There.
10 plus when you unleash your powers. So I'll just keep the room in its same shape, basically.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
Like you have no power here. Like, ha!
All right, cool. Yeah, so I think what this looks like is so you've overcharged yourself. Yeah, and I think what it looks like your purple like energy is keeping the dome intact. And you say you have no power over here, and you're kind of floating down, looking at the nocturne. And have we moved on from Phantom of the Opera, Loki, or what have we moved on to?
Yeah, I think I'm moving on to Ode to Joy.
Nice. All right. Does that have organ bit? Okay, well, we'll answer that later. Yeah. So, rock music's playing. Not rock music. Before we get to Loki, let's cut back to the garden. Before you can do a move, Loki. So you've not Agent Sulit. You've knocked the Aria of Blades to the tree for a moment. What do you do? You're stunned right now.
I tell her, you really do need to leave, you know. Provoke.
The thing is, that only works to an NPC that's susceptible to your words. There.
Well, I just stunned her.
Well, yeah. Okay, I guess you've stunned her, but they're not going. It depends on what you're provoking. And in fiction, I don't think she'll leave when you say, because I think she's trying to stand up, but she's a bit wobbly. She's standing on her sword.
What if I stun her again?
Then
would that render her susceptible to provoke?
No, for various reasons. She's a bit of a fundamentalist.
In which case,
she's staggering. She's trying to stagger to her feet. Agent from Heroes there, knocked out and conscious. Okay, cool. Pierce the mask.
+1.
Good luck.
Oh, that's a 10.
Oh shit.
I'll ask 3.
Yeah.
So how can I get your character to leave?
You need to go back in time, pluck her from where she is, and raise her up in a completely different environment. Other than that, stymie her plans in a way that would make her leave.
Then what is she really planning?
Oh, she is. Okay. I think when she's kind of staggering up, she sees you. She kind of like looks at you, and she gives you this smile, and you can see that her mouth is full of thorns now. And she says, "Killing Serenade is a bonus. It's a lovely bonus. But thanks for bringing that big beaming broadcast tower for us." So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the third question is, what does she want me to do?
She wants you to die.
Okay.
Like, if you kindly, like, she'll raise up her sword, and like, if you kind of just walk through this, it'll solve our problems.
You know, we kind of.
Yeah, she'll swing her sword in like a pose, but you can see like the skin around her mouth is yes, that's the plot. Expect you to die. Yeah, her skin around, you can see like it's cracking from where her mouth is. It's like this whiteness is spreading, and she was already kind of white. Actually, no. Oh, I remember she wearing the kerchief. No, she took off the kerchief when she was standing up. Should mention that. That's when you see like her mouth is now full of thorns. And yeah, I think we're gonna cut away from you, but I think in the next couple of panels, you're gonna have this like badass fight while having a chat, as is proper in comic books. So you just did a roll. Let's cut back to Loki. So Webb over there has kept the dome intact. They're quite cool. Serenade is standing firm, and you moved on to Ode to Joy. Nocturne looks like they're still under control, but you saw when Serenade managed to chip away a bit of that control, just a bit, but still there. What do you do, Loki?
So the resonance that I was setting up with the organ music was originally supposed to like interfere with the implant, the Nocturne's implant, but now I'm trying to shift it to a frequency that will disrupt the signal.
Nice. So, yeah, are you? I think yeah, I think you can totally do that. I mean, you're obsessed with these suits. You do that enough time, so you're trying to you're gonna use this resonance frequency gun generator thing at the suit kind of controlling the Nocturne, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That sounds like so it's less trying to free the Nocturne, more just trying to fight the suit. I just want to be clear just on what the move is, because this could be a direct engage.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight the suit that's inside them and possibly free them in the process.
Ooh. Well, that sounds like that's two moves. You're gonna either fight or try to free. I'd say let's give you a fight. Let's make you fight. Yeah, let them fight, so to speak. Yeah, roll plus danger.
If I recall correctly, my danger is up a bit because of last time. It's a 0. That's fine.
Big 0.
So that's a 10.
Hey! All right. So, which of those choices?
So, I would like to create an opportunity for my allies and take something from them, like take their possession of the Nocturne.
No, you're just passing the Nocturne back between each of you. Okay, so what this looks like is they were pulling their strings to try and bring the house down on Webb. What's the music that plays when you shoot at them with this resonance gadget of yours? It's still Ode to Joy?
Close Encounters.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so here's the opportunity that's going to happen. That's going to smash against them and against the Nocturne, and the Nocturne's going to be kind of like flung back a bit. But they're going to still stand. They're still standing, almost like they're being lifted up. And I think what the energy does is it lets everyone see the thing, and you can see this long, lanky creature, this suit, literally puppeteering the Nocturne, and it's as tall as that gazebo thing on top of the altar, and it looks at all of you, and yeah, its mouth kind of seethes as it looks at you, and it looks at you, Loki. The thing with you didn't pick resist or avoid or blow, so what's gonna happen is that energy you shot at them, it's a two-way street. So they're gonna like just send a little bit of like a shard of their energy back at you. And yeah, you're gonna roll that custom suits thing. Roll plus conditions. You're doing fine.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you're gonna choose one. Your worst fears / memories are broadcasted to those physically close to you. Remove your influence over someone in the room. Your pain provides fuel to the suits. Anyone making the next roll against the suits will roll with a -1, or you struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions.
I think I will. My worst fears or memories are broadcast to those physically close to me.
Nice. All right. So, what's the fear memory that Michael and Serenade get to see? I think Jamie's sufficiently far enough that they won't get to see this.
So I think that what they see is me in basically my bedroom, sort of with this sort of round drone, that I've and I'm having a conversation with it, and the conversation is getting more heated. Like, no, you. This is the wrong. This is not what I mean by try. No, you can't do. No.
So they saw. Okay, yeah. I think the drone cuts back, saying, "Kevin, please. I've made all the calculations. I've made all the deductions. This is the only way."
Yeah, but not like this. Not. You can't just control people. You can't make them do what.
Then why did you give me the mission to save them? You know what people are. You know what they can do. Can you really trust them to not obliterate themselves?
I think in the memory, Kevin can't answer that question and just sort of shuts down. And then the drone shoots out of the window.
Aww. All right, so on a hit, the suits. I forgot to read that bit. On a hit on this move, the suits overload your mind and sap out bits of your memory and feelings. They take influence over you, so that's fun. Yeah. So who are you gonna remove your influence over in this room?
I think the only one I have influence over is Serenade.
You have influence over Michael.
Do I?
It's a leftover from the last time you saw them.
I'll put it to you guys. Do you think less of me because of this memory?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I kind of idolize Kevin a bit, so it'll take more than that to break that.
I think I'd idolize him less after that. I still think he's smart.
So I take it from Michael.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're at the reach of another hour. Let's take a 10-minute break this time, and then good luck. 10 minutes. BRB.
What mechanically, Leandro? What happens if I give Aegis a second influence on me?
That means Aegis gets to shift your labels.
Hmm.
It's like, you know, it's like when you give someone influence when they already have on you. Yeah, that's the price of being able to use soldier for any move.
Exactly.
All right. So let's before we cut back to the Guardian fight, I want to cut this Serenade. Okay, so this whole thing, Loki's shame, which is no longer technically a shame, but still kind of is, because he hasn't made it up with Eris yet, because Eris has disappeared to God knows where. Has been broadcasted, and Nocturne, they're still being held up, but you can see what's holding it up. Again, it's this horrible thing, and you've seen this things like these suits enough times. You probably don't give a shit anymore. So you're not going to listen to what it has to say, because it looks like it's about to open its mouth and say something.
No, it's probably gonna monologue again with pain, ache, despair, and no, I don't want to listen to that. I want to overwhelm what noises that things should be coming out of its mouth.
Oh, you want to shut it up?
Yes, I want to shut it up. I want to unleash my power and just bury it in night wind, in evening winds. Sorry, night is the nocturne. And evening winds, and the whisper of birds that are going to sleep, and the waves at sundown, stuff like that.
You do it. You don't even need to roll. You just do it, because it looks like it opens mouth. But yeah, I think the accompanied with the Close Encounters theme, the evening sounds, of wind and birds kind of fill the air. But it looks like it just opened its mouth to basically just hiss at you, because what it's doing is that it looks at you, says about to say something. Your words and power drown it out. And then looks down at it, that the person is puppeteering. I never said thing, but obviously to you, the Nocturne is not a thing. It's someone. And they reach their hand and almost like to caress the Nocturne's chin. And then they look at you, and then it smiles. And it looks like, well, it's about to do.
I really want to blast it up with this music. I want to destroy it. This is not like nice music. That might start out as that, but I want to use the music to disrupt its frequencies, all of them.
All right. So tell me, is this directly engaging the thing, or you defending the Nocturne?
I want to unleash my powers at it.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right.
I want to get rid of this thing. It should be gone. I don't want to engage it. I want to rip it apart.
Okay.
Yes, and I rolled a 7, and I rolled 3, right? Don't I?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. If you're unleashing it to like.
Yeah, I'm unleashing. Then I'm shredding, and I'm at 8.
Okay. So either the effect is unstable or temporary, or mark a condition.
I'm marking a condition. I'm angry.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Or maybe I'm guilty because, come on, I killed all the other siblings, and I won't let him have this one.
Yeah. You probably wish you killed the Arya, but that's a different matter.
No.
Okay, you don't know what she's up to right now. Maybe if you see her where she is right now, you'd go up for killing her. Okay. So here's what happens, because I know what you want to do, but mechanically you're nearly there, but just about. Here's what happened. You unleash this like destructive force. The Serenade inside you sings and it raises voice. It's just like one of those times you manage to be like, just you are the Serenade, and the Serenade is you, sort of moments, as you kind of unleash this wave and you knock it back away from the Nocturne, and the Nocturne falls to the ground, falls face first, not unconscious, as this thing kind of like smashes against the altar. and yeah, it's barely keeping hold of its form. Let me see, which condition did I mark, just so I can see what these moves do. Yeah, here's what's gonna happen. It's trying to keep its form, and it sees you, Michael, and it just zooms forward as if to try and grab you. And what's going to happen is, because this is a move, you're going to have to do that the custom move I wrote, as it's like, because you're a beacon. This is the consequence of that fail at the start. Those eyes, you clearly realize, yeah, they make you stand out, and this thing is going to take at least a hold of you unless you can resist it. So you have to roll plus conditions.
I immediately shut down any suit within the immediate area. Fine, I have to use it, then I will.
Yeah, no, I gave you that hold. Yeah, it's only, yeah, it's only. What does this look like?
Has he like charges at me? I probably when they sent me to listen to suits basically, and I felt a few. I probably felt this one before, so I know this. Like, it's not that I know him, but I know how this feels, and I basically just kind of smirk, and I think it just kind of stops and would fall down. And I in particular said I shut it down and not expel. So, because I think Loki wanted one, and I'm probably into it.
Oh, glad. Well, I'm glad I put down that you can either banish or shut them down. So yeah, I think it is knocked back, and it just falls, and it's writhing. It's in pain from having to stay in this particular area for too long. It looks like it's trying to like break apart and reform, but it's you've locked it down.
Yeah, lock it down, and it becomes kind of solid instead of a liquid. It's like solidified, and as I go down, I'm like, didn't you guys want one?
Loki,
So Loki comes over with a device that is it looks essentially like a dustbuster sort of thing, but it's got like modifications all over it, like, you know, whirly satellite dish bits and stuff that don't belong on it, and you just sort of and sucks the essence of the suit into it, like a Ghostbuster thingy.
Well, no, you suck in the entire thing, like the entire suit, including the suit it's wearing, which is I think they're wearing like a dark blue Westwood. They all wear Westwoods. I don't know why.
And there's like a click and a charge up noise as it finishes.
Nice. All right. So folks mentioned in the chat, Robert, your image is slowly like descending down. You can only see half your face now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. So let's cut back to the garden. I'm assuming we cut to like this vicious fight as.
Let's just be clear. Is she provoked?
Oh, yeah. No, you don't even have to roll. She is going to try to beat the shit out of you.
Okay, so let me see how badly this goes. So that is 7, 8, 9, 10. On a 10, they rise to the bait. She attacks me.
Is that what you wanted?
It is. I thought I might get one of those benefits. Oh, that's a shame.
No, they just do what you do. And
right, she attacks me. Okay.
Yeah, no, she was going to do it anyway. You didn't need to roll.
No, you're right. No, I thought I got a benefit out of provoking her, but there we go. Never mind.
No.
Okay, so yeah, I think we probably see her launch herself at me with her sword. And much as I'm embarrassed to stoop this low, I think I have to directly engage a threat.
Ooh, all right. Give me that roll. Yeah, yeah, no, this is a fight.
Well, it is, but this is not something that Jamie stoops to, so his danger is 0.
Oh dear.
So that is 7. Close thing.
Nice.
On the 7 to 9, pick 1. I impress, surprise, or frighten her. I'd like to frighten her, please.
Okay, all right. What do you do? Like,
I think it's the durability and super strength, actually. You know, the sword comes down and the suit suffers, but the arm doesn't.
nice. I think she like tries to like wedge the sword in just a bit more, and I don't know, you have witty one-liner against that.
Slides off. We're built to last across the water, my dear.
All things end, even those limey bastards like you who think they can last this long. And she's gonna like push against you, wave you out, and you can see like you can see like her mouth is like dripping, and you can see like the thorns as well. And let's see, what condition move should I
take an awful blow?
No, but it's, you feel this energy that I don't think you've felt before. And the thing is with Michael's trick, only in the immediate area. You're not in the immediate area. So when she can like hisses her mouth and she kind of like directs her, actually no, we retcon that. She doesn't push you away. She snarls that and just like leaves one hand from the sword and kind of like just very gently like touches you in the temple, and you feel this oily, disgusting energy, crash over you. So you're gonna take a powerful blow, but using that custom move.
I'd like to cash in my second hold on when I've closely observed the opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore all harm from one of their attacks. Then I hit her again.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So I think what this looks like is,
That's probably what frightens her.
Yes. Because one, I think she builds up the energy, but I think she doesn't get to do it in time. And you just kind of like stand your ground, and you can tell like even though the energy kind of washed over you, it's a bit uncoordinated. It's a bit like directed. It's like she's not terribly used to wielding these sort of powers.
And I think in the panel, we close in where her hand is touching Jamie's face, and we see on the side of the glasses where it should say Ray-Ban, it says Magneto. And then I hit her again.
Yes, I think you at least you punch her back, and I think this is the moment when the probably like the suit at the church falls, and she kind of turns and she says, that fucking weakling. And she kind of like she kind of puts her hand on the sword again and pulls out a second sword out of the first. So now she has like 2 long swords.
Oh, and this is absolutely, this kind of ducking and weaving, and we really should now move to Hearts of Wulin and cut to a backstory where we see me reading the notes, how to fight a suit, because I'm going to start invoking that +1 ongoing against telepathic threats.
The thing is, it's up against telepathic threats. How is it against big swords?
But you see, it's a suit wielding a sword.
That's
or puppetizing Arya using a sword.
Could be
so I know that there's a slight lag.
Well, the thing is, that's what you believe.
For trying.
I'm trying to like clarify, like, what you think is that the suit is puppeteering Arya, right? Yeah, that's not the case.
Ooh. Okay, then. Straight up and down, then.
Yeah. There's a difference. I think you'll see the reader will see this. Like the Nocturne was clearly being puppeteered, and they're fighting against it. No, what Arya is doing now, they're in sync with this suit. And yeah, so you're in big bloody fight.
Okay. I will directly engage a threat again.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if she tries
11.
to go on, ooh shit! All right, take two.
I will resist or avoid their blows.
Good. It's always good to do.
It is. And I will create an opportunity for my allies. Or is that
Ooh.
too big a stretch? Because what
No,
I'm imagining is that this is stretching out.
Yeah, no.
You're going to cut back.
Here's what's going to happen. I think I've got an idea how what the opportunity is, because allies means a lot of things. So yeah, I think you describe to me what's the hit that kind of gets her, that's going to make her even more angry.
Oh, I think it's a straight uppercut that sends her tumbling backwards against the same tree she started banged into. That will really piss her off. She's back to square one.
Yeah, I think.
And there's not a scratch on me. She's damaged the suit, which is a problem.
Yeah, she's pissed off, and I think she kind of like snarls one last time, and she's gonna throw a sword at you, and you're probably gonna dodge, but that sword wasn't aimed for you. It's gonna smash against the wall of the garden, and she's going to like run. That's what she's doing. She's running off, and I think just the sword coming at you kind of like gets you away close enough, and unless you do something, she's gonna get away. But here's the opportunity, because her back is turned. You just barely hear the sound of like a dart coming past you, like, and when you look to your left, you see Agent Fumero has kind of like gotten up, and she's pointing like what looks like a dart gun. Shot at the retreating Arya of Blades, and then go on. And then she has it up, and she looks at you and says, "Took you long." And before she can even finish the sentence, she kind of passes out again. Yeah. The thing is, though, the Arya kind of escapes. You think like the dart is kind of like to knock her out, but like it escapes. And if you look at the gun that Agent Fumero has, you see it's not like a gun. You can see that there's a GPS on the gun. It's for like tracking locations.
Oh, very cool. And we can't have a significant nemesis who doesn't return.
Yeah, I think. Well, you probably put it together that the plan wasn't just to like put Arya back to prison, but like to find out where she'd go, who let her out, that sort of thing. You can probably figure that out, and probably end with like a panel of Jamie going, I don't know. That.
Oh, I think we see him examining the cut in the suit and saying to Agent Fumero, "I'll have to send for another one,
Ugh, fine. We'll pay for the bill. Just get me out of here."
And he will. He's a thoroughgoing gentleman.
Yeah. So I think you can help her out. She's not going to allow you to carry her in your strong arms. I think she'll put a hand on your shoulder. And
yeah, absolutely. No, it's inappropriate behavior in the manual for one Aegis agent to carry another one.
Yeah. I think you'll make your way back to the church, where things have calmed down immeasurably. You see, Michael's all purple. The dome is all purple. Loki has a dust buster thing. And Serenade. There's the knock your siblings knocked out on the floor.
Well, I will. She's not an agent, whatever agent, and I'm not aware of protocol that I can't carry her. Then, so I will pick her up and try to pick them up and try to get them and look at the others and say we should maybe leave before people come and take pictures. of us? Of them? And I'm
Did that-
looking down at
Does
turn.
that usually happen to you?
I have been made aware by Aegis Protocol that one should leave a scene of massive power display, I think the word was. Oh, there is Agent Fumero. She can tell us what the protocol here is. Can we leave? Are you all right?
Jamie is interested in what happens if Michael turns off his power. Does that roof come down, or has he repaired it?
I don't think it was ever broken.
I
was
think
just
there were cracks.
Reality was like,
So it's
Yeah.
not going to just fall on us if he relaxes.
No, it's not going to. It'll be fine. Michael's strong.
Well,
only
I
one
think,
way to tell.
well, I think Jamie will look at Agent Fumero and say, "Coffee, then."
No, I just want to bed. We'll talk. All of us will talk.
I think we'll close to a panel on Jamie's face where his eyebrow goes up.
Should we wake him up? Or her? What
Say
was it?
again?
Shouldn't we woke them up?
I think Serenade can carry their sibling in their strong arms out of here.
I have no problem with carrying the Nocturne. They're not very big.
No. I describe them as doll-like. They're like a 2 or 3 inches shorter than you.
Oh, and I'm not very tall.
Yeah. Pint-sized weapons, a lot of you. Okay, how are you feeling? One of your worst shame. One of your shames has been broadcast out to at least 2 people in this room.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty grim-faced. Not my usual cheeky self.
Well, you've got your thing. You've got your prisoner, though.
Yeah, you got
Mhm.
it. Didn't you want one?
Yeah.
Well,
And I
success.
just yep. For the first part, that was the easy part.
Keep it on hold, or we'll be fighting you next.
Yeah.
What do you plan to do with it?
So, Leandra, the conditions I had were I need to capture a suit, I need to get help from Aegis, and I need to expose the team and expose myself and the team to danger from the suit signal. I think that was the
Yes.
3.
Yes. You can probably tell where this series is leading up to.
Yeah. So what exactly was the idea that I got from that?
Trying to remember because I gave you those conditions weeks ago and I forgot to write them down. Oops, that's my bad. I think this is like basically what it is like you now have a suit, which is like a connection to what we discovered last month is like a big Gestalt entity. So you've got a connection to them and you want to eject that entity. So I think what this looks like is like you can use this suit to build like a psychic bridge to that Gestalt entity. That's what this kind of looks like. But you're gonna need help from folks from Aegis. You need to put together who's gonna come with you to this psychic fight. Wonder who they could be. But yeah, it's gonna take time though. I mean, we got the suit.
All right.
We need to celebrate getting a suit. That's a first, isn't it?
Yeah, first time.
You usually escape, I assume.
Yeah, they usually do.
Coffee all round then.
Ew, but sure, we can go for a drink of some sort.
I have to take care of the Nocturne first.
Yeah, join us later.
Yes.
I think Agent Romero is kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna pass some coffee. I need to go. I need to be taken care of as well.
Well, I'll drive her home and then meet them for coffee.
Mm-hmm. All right. Because I think some
Serenade and Nocturne can get in the back because, as you say, they are pocket-sized.
That's true, and that would be much appreciated if you could take us somewhere.
Where do we take her?
I think I want to take her to that place I know. I mean, it's Edith's place, obviously. I don't want to take her into Edith's headquarters right now.
Oh, well, that's convenient because that's where we're taking Agent Romero, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, that's their apartment. So yeah, I think since we only have 30 minutes, we'll have like those. We'll split off the team. We'll have Jamie and Serenade probably have a chat, and with Michael and Loki going off to get coffee or something. Let's start with Serenade and Jamie. I think let's go on like the car ride. I think Agent Romero has passed out again. She probably has like the thing next to the car window, and the Nocturne still passed out. So it's just the two of you at this car.
It would be cooler, wouldn't it, if we were in the front and they were in the back for this journey, but so we can have a proper conversation.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
We can do it crosswise. Like Romero's next to you and the Nocturne is to my other side. You're there, I'm here, so you're on the right, I'm on the left, and we can talk like that.
It would be helpful if Romero dropped off, and we know Nocturne's already unconscious because I think we see, the frame will show Jamie looking in the mirror, so we see his eyes looking in the mirror, and the frame next door is showing Serenade, and Jamie says, "Can I tell you something, Serenade?"
Of course. What is it?
It's a bit embarrassing, really. I was actually a bit afraid back there.
Did you? Oh, you faced the Arya, right?
I did.
Oh, yes, she's quite impressive.
But you fought her, haven't you?
Yes.
Did her mouth fill with thorns and stuff?
No, that is something the suits do.
Ah, well, I think that's what frightened me, because I thought I could handle Arya based on the mission report that I read, but this combination, either she's given herself to the suits, or they've just taken her.
Oh, she might have. She was imprisoned by Aegis, and I think the Dreaming Heaven Choir, I think they gave up on her. So maybe she found new friends and new partners. I don't think she has many friends.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
This is a tricky one, okay?
Okay, I will concentrate very hard on the answer.
Whose side are you on these days?
That. You know, this morning, that would have been easier to answer. But I found out some things when I confronted the Nocturne about myself, about who and what we are, me and the implant. I think I want to be, I am not on the suit side. But I don't know if I'm on Aegis' side per se. They are an organization, and I feel that I do not trust organizations. Might have learned that from Kevin.
Can I say that I think that that's probably a very sensible position to take?
That surprises me.
Well, Aegis is not quite what I thought it was when I arrived here.
Well, I think Aegis is not quite what itself thought it was. We met the director, remember, and he was very shaken by this whole suits thing.
Well, look, I think we can agree that whatever badge I have in my pocket, the suits are a bad thing.
Yes.
And I'm absolutely on side with that. Whatever Aegis say.
Well, Aegis doesn't like the suits. I'm pretty convinced that generally, and at their core, or their core values are not serving Aegis. If I'm saying that right, I don't know.
I'm just slightly worried that Aegis might be keen to use them.
That was Hull Division. That was Marcus Hyde's idea. That was why he allied himself with the suits. And I do not think that Director Soon will make the same mistake.
Well, I hope you're right.
So do I.
What I'm wondering is whether I have shared a vulnerability or weakness with someone, asked them what cause they serve, and I have found it worthy. I don't have a condition to clear, but I could add a team to the pool.
Yeah. Yeah. Still got a fucking. Oh wait, no. There was a team that was spent, and that I forgot to delete it, so that team stays there. Sorry. Yeah. I think we're probably gonna pick up the next day, so that team can stay for now.
I would like. Yeah. I would like to tell you something as well. I don't know. You were not there when the Nocturne told everybody what I did to the last team I was part of.
What do you mean?
You might have read my files. When I was trained, we were a team of carriers of implants. And the Aria was there, and me and 5 others, and then the Aria was gone. She was grown out, and they told me to kill the others because they were defective. And I did.
Can I ask you a difficult question?
Can I finish first?
Of course.
And I've told myself I will never go there again. I will never turn against my team. Do you believe me?
Well, I absolutely believe you, because part of me wonders whether that was really a team. The thing about team is that you kind of volunteer to be part of it.
They were my family. We were together, we trained together. I knew what they wanted, their wishes, their dreams. I knew more about them than I know about you or Kevin or anyone. They were my siblings. They were. It is hard to explain. It is not the same thing that we are a team. They were a family, but in a way there was a connection there. And I have been afraid of connections. But I apparently have them to you.
Yeah, I think you do. I think we are a team. And I don't think that you're a threat to us.
Serenade looks very relieved when you say that. And I'm giving you influence over me. And you're muted now. That you're doing this.
I think I already have influence over you. So that means you fixed superior. No, sorry, you fixed mundane. Oh, yes, that's right. I think. I wonder whether this is about shifting superior up and savior down. How does that feel?
I don't know. I mean, savior means being there for other people.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering whether superior is about, your growing confidence in your own abilities.
Yeah, that is right.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. That's a nice car ride. I think actually no, I'll save the last shots for later. Let's cut to I don't know, somehow Michael and Loki have found a 24-hour Starbucks of some sort. I should have mentioned this was happening at night. Unless, I don't know, Michael, is there like a cooler place in Prospect City take Loki to?
I wouldn't know.
Okay, fair enough. Loki, do you still have that Dustbuster thing?
Yes.
Michael doesn't go out much or at all.
Fair enough.
So
yeah, I was wondering why my potential went up to 5. So
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think that was me. I was confusing these two columns because I'm usually not purple. So
all right. So yeah, Kevin's just kind of like staring into the the swirling. He's just stirring his coffee, like maybe a little longer than is strictly necessary.
it's hard to miss thinking about beacons. Why is everyone talking about that?
Well, that when we were chasing the suit the other day, it disappeared when we reached Enid.
Mm-hmm.
I think it used her somehow to project itself out of range.
Like teleport?
Kind of like that, yeah.
So basically teleports for them are just like teleport plates?
Well, the suits operate on a frequency, like radio signal.
Yeah.
And you're the transmitters.
That's probably how I managed to freeze that one. Haha. I know I tap on the thing. Haha.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this this guy in the storage.
Yeah, it won't last forever, they can always go back to their place, basically. I think.
That's why I built a special little room for him to stay in.
Oh, we could always get another one. Well, I could always get another one.
Let's just plan on keeping the one we've already got.
We could make a collection.
I think having just the one is yeah.
Well. Okay. I try not to read his mind completely and utterly. I'm trying very hard.
Aww. I was just wondering if either of you were firing off your team moves there, or you're just having a nice, lovely chat over coffee.
I mean, I wanted to ask if he's afraid of me, but it didn't really fit.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Forgetting what my team move actually is. Hang on.
Oh,
I have
okay.
a new one.
Oh yeah,
Or
you got a
maybe,
new one.
or maybe it does
When you
fit
should-
the are you afraid of me? Because I'm basically a beacon to those things.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of being around me? Because I'm a beacon? Or whatever that is?
Let's say yes, but not because of the I don't think Kevin likes the idea of people being able to see inside his head.
That means then you're up and save your down. That's not a bad thing. Well, that's a little bad. I won't be saving people anytime soon.
No. Sadly not. Yeah.
What's your move?
So it's either sharing a celebration, asking them if they think you're cool, or sharing a vulnerability or weakness with someone. Ask who they'd like you to be. I think we were sharing a celebration there, so.
I was, but maybe you don't. So
You don't have to, like, but
yeah, you don't have to do either.
Unless you want to ask Michael if he thinks you're cool.
Or if you want to share a vulnerability.
Does he think I'm cool?
I remind you what you saw. Yeah.
I used to think you're really smart. You seem a little more. You have some anger issues. Do you want help with those?
I used to be angry.
And now you're just melancholy? That's not much better.
I used to be angry because I had ideas for things to do. I wanted to do things that Agus's rules of engagement wouldn't let me do.
Basically, I agree with your little invention there in that thing we all basically saw. But you know, I wouldn't go as far as doing it. But yeah, he has something. Like that thing is not wrong. They can't control themselves.
I know. I gave Eris an impossible problem to solve, and it caused her great pain.
Yeah, basically, it didn't get the point. It's not about making sure they don't explode themselves. It's just about protecting them when they do.
Yeah. Just like Agus says, they almost explode. They try to do the right thing, by their book, and they let them in.
Yeah, I bet Aegis does a lot of right things and wrong things. There's so many. That thing is just a mess. As I was told by a very, very sensible and Aegis source. Just so you know, you're not the only one in Aegis who thinks they're, what's the word, unruly?
Let's go with that for now.
Okay, I think we're gonna do like a bit of last shots before we like probably gonna end on like a big panel of y'all, 4 of y'all having coffee. I think you the car party drops off the the 2 that are still kind of knocked out. I think this time Agent Vermeer still insists like, no, you're not carrying me those arms. I thought you can, Agent SULIT. And when you both go up to the apartment, it's cleaned up, but Enid is still kind of sitting in the same place. Ribs are kind of taped up a bit, but the box is open, and there's a stack of Polaroids in that box, and she's going through them just quietly. It's like, and there's the 4 of you kind of like intruding on not intruding on a funeral, but like it's something quite private. And I think the weird thing is she doesn't even notice the 4 of you kind of come up, and I think until like you open the door, and she kind of like puts out and closes the box, and kind of like very quite weirdly like uncharacteristic kind of like stands up and forgets the pain and kind of like goes over to Melissa and it's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm gonna put you to bed, and it's gonna be okay." And yeah, you see like less of. I don't know. I think you see less of the burnt out, angry Enid and more of that of a more caring sort of Enid, I guess. It's gonna put Agent Vermeer to bed. Melissa, so to speak. Serenade, what do you do with the Nocturne?
I put them on the couch that Enid has repeatedly offered me to crash on. And I think no, I won't put a blanket over her because that's not really in my upbringing. I'm just seeing that they're comfortable and that there is something to drink and eat next to them. And they wake, and then I will find somebody to tell me that it's okay to leave her here. Them.
Yeah. I should mention they use they them pronouns. I'll put that in the chart. I think in the middle of busting after Melissa, Enid kind of like gives you a nod as to say like, yeah, no, they're fine here.
Okay. And then I will go with SULIT, Jamie, for the coffee thing, but I promise that I will be back to take care of them. They're my sibling.
I think as all this is happening, Jamie, you get another text from Beth, and it is just like a bunch of like, can we talk ASAP in the morning? What's happening over there, Jamie?
I think that Jamie will text back because he was thinking that an ordinary person would be a good friend to introduce Serenade to. But I think through this session, his perception has shifted a little bit. And we just see him text back to Beth, no problem. Let's get coffee at the weekend.
Yeah, I think she responds by saying, fine, weekend it is.
Smiley face.
Yeah, frowny face back. It's like pouty face. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think for Michael, close shave. Not letting. Thankfully, you didn't let the suit touch you. Otherwise, I would have had more horrible stuff for you. But no, it's Yeah, you did quite well. I think, yeah. Ah, here it is. I think the eyes that have been on you all this time, they kind of slowly like retreat back as if like that attention is no longer on you. But it's less of a like a, oh, we'll get you next time, but it's more like a, huh, huh. Oh, look at that Michael. They're squinting at you like, huh. I think that's when you kind of realize, like, yeah, those eyes aren't the suits. You were broadcasting to anything that could pick up that signal, and they've seen what your power. They've seen what you can do, which is a good and a bad thing. Because on one hand, they know what you can do. On one hand, they know what you can do. And I think, yeah, kind of, yeah, that realization kind of like just settles on you for a moment. And I think the last thing is for you, Loki. I think everyone gets here. You've ordered burgers somehow in this Starbucks. I think it's a combination Starbucks and Burger King, I assume. And yeah, bagels. That makes more sense. Burger bucks. Yeah, and so everything seems fine. Though things are a bit grim, and Michael basically said that they don't think you're as cool as you probably should be. But everyone's fine. Everyone's gonna like having a good time, and probably Jamie's telling some tall tale about Britain, that weird country of weird people, like tea or whatnot. Michael's probably telling another equally tall tale about how powerful he is and how he can wrench dimensions against each other. Serenade puts in a quip or two when normally they probably wouldn't have, but now they're a bit more confident doing that. And Loki, you're just basking there. Although a couple of tables away, you catch attention of this girl who looks kind of exactly like Harmonia. This redhead girl. Although they're sitting quite stiffly on the table. You catch their eye, and she catches your eye back. And she kind of raises you a cup. The thing is, she looks a lot like Harmonia, but she doesn't look like she acts like Harmonia. She looks like she's not used to acting human. And yeah, I think that, yeah. raise a glass back. Yeah. So okay, yeah, so that's where the panel ends, and yeah, that's where this session ends. God, all right, I'll remember this time to do end of session stuff. Okay, we're doing this. I didn't forget this time. All right, let's start from the order of the character deeper from the left. Jamie, how are you feeling?
I think I feel closer to the team. And I think that's largely to do with that heart-to-heart in the car with Serenade.
Two of you are just going to be like messing with your labels again and again.
So I give influence to Serenade, who may well already have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to mess with your labels.
You do.
Oh wow! I will put your. I think I would put your freak down, because to me you're really not very freakish. No, wait. I'm sorry, not down. Right. Sorry. No, I would put your freak up and your superior down, because you don't seem so superior in the car. You seem like a person.
Yeah, not a caricature. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah.
All right. What about you, Serenade?
I don't know. I mean, I sure grew closer to the team, but I also grow a lot into my own image of myself. That was kind of the point of the whole moment of truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think I'm going with that, actually. Yeah. I think what I want to do is I want to, what could I put up? Danger is where it's supposed to? I think I put my savior up. I want to save others and my danger down, actually. Because I don't feel like I should be this monstrously dangerous thing. I should maybe save people. That's more what I want to do. Whatever happens. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Loki, how are you feeling?
I'm not sure. I think Loki was really sort of, he was pulling back out a little. He was letting, he wasn't, charging in and doing his own thing so much. He was just going with Serenade's plan. So closer. I think
Nice.
maybe.
Who made you feel
Serenade.
closer? Yeah, Serenade, who didn't look at you differently after your shame was broadcasted to them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's
Yeah.
go with that.
Then I gain influence on you, which I haven't had before.
Ooh.
Yeah. I haven't.
Interesting.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. And Michael, how are you feeling?
Closer to the team, Serenade, because she let me be on the fun, and because she actually asked me to do something that seemed very, very important.
Yeah, Serenade uses they, them, just to point out. But yeah, no, that makes sense. They let you mess with their mind.
Yeah.
Trusted you to do that.
I
Yeah,
think
well,
you have influence on me. So
I have influence on you, so I can shift your labels. Let me see your labels. Where are they? I want
everywhere.
to shift your label, your savior up. And I think you're freaked down because you don't seem that freakish to me, really. Sorry.
Yeah,
You seem
holding the
like
whole entire chart up.
I didn't see that. I only saw violet power lines. Maybe I was a bit preoccupied with ripping up the suit. So
Fab. All right. Got to get that on the broadcast. Now I can stop this and not feel ashamed of getting overwhelmed by all the feels and the whatnot. I'm gonna stop this broadcast now. Thanks everyone, as always. You've been fantastic. So anyone watching, you're always fantastic. Unless I don't know, you're one of those YouTube people who are terrible. Don't be terrible. Be fantastic. All right, I'm gonna stop this broadcast.